Hey, welcome back. George Arms here. Now we're going to delve into the infamous tell me about yourself question. Got it all through your career, and you're going to get it for the rest of your career. It's going to come up all the time. Well, now we're talking about interviewing and landing your next interview, which you're going to be doing very shortly. Follow my lead. And how to answer the tell me about yourself question is pivotal in this process. So buckle up. Here we go. Before anybody says, tell me about yourself, we have to be prepared for what we're going to say. Thus, the elevator pitch. I'm sure you've heard the term before, and we'll talk about that in a second. Now, we all know that we never get a second chance to make a first impression. I like to kind of embellish that a little bit and say we really never get a second chance to make a good first impression. I always want to put that positive foot forward. Okay? Just we know that, keep that in the back of our minds, and we're good to go. Okay, now introducing ourselves really sets the stage for a professional conversation, whether that's a networking event or with your colleagues, or in this instance, where we are right here, during the interviewing process. Okay? All right. Now, this is the one most professionals use in answering this question, the elevator pitch. Tell me about yourself, George. That's the one. It's simple. It really is effective. And the most important thing, it works. I mean, you're going to be real proud of yourself by the time you finish that because I'm telling you, and nobody knows us better than us, right? So, put your best foot forward, and I know you will. Okay, now, what is an elevator pitch? Simply, was named for what it takes to ride in an elevator from the very bottom basement of a very tall building up to the top of that building, 45 seconds to a minute. That's where that comes from. It goes back a long time. So, but hey, listen, we don't mess with fundamentals, right? Beware the person who wants to sell you a new antique. Okay? All right. That's what an elevator pitch is. Now, from the phone screen to in-person interviews, you're going to be asked a summary of who you are, your background, and what you want from this job. Employers are going to want to know, hey, Bob, what do you want from this position? What are you looking for? Because what they're doing there is hopeful of matching up their uh, needs to your wants. Hey, match up needs and wants, you're golden. You're golden. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, now what we do here is want to provide a summary of what we do. Is where a brief digest, a background, include most relevant information, of course, employment history, achievements, accomplishments, any specialties or strengths. That's what you want to stick into this 45-second to a minute elevator pitch of yours. Now, if you're not sure how to do this, and I wasn't when it was first presented to me many years ago, is my mentor says, hey, Arms, just go in there, take out a blank piece of pad of paper and start writing down everything you can possibly think of about your career, your background, your strengths, your weaknesses, your achievements, your accomplishments. Just write, 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 let it go free flow, just let it flow. Well, you exhaust that pretty quickly. At least I did. And so I looking at all these words. Next thing I had to do, or he asked me to do, was put those words into some context. Make sentences out of them, make a paragraph out of them, make a couple of paragraphs out of them. Lo and behold, you have the design for your elevator pitch. Okay. Once you get through the draft presentation, time it out, record it. 45 seconds, a minute, maybe a little over a minute. That's okay. Depends how you're crafting your presentation. Okay? Now, once you've recorded it, go through and listen carefully because you're going to be able to pull out, stuff in there you don't want. You're going to, just keep the background where it is. You're going to be coming down to again, your 45-second to a minute presentation that you're going to be very pleased with. Okay? Now, consider the most important highlights on your resume. And once you've got those down to those key bullets, I put that in the middle of your presentation. Once you get those down, you want to weave your front and back end. I'm going to show you how to do this, front and back end of your pitch together pretty easily. Okay, now, I'm telling you, take heed here. Seriously, I'm begging you. When you're going through this process, record a video of yourself. I'm telling you, you're going to learn all, and who's going to see it? Nobody's going to see it. Unless you have, the dog in there or the cat or something. Nobody's going to see this unless you want them to. So, hey, play with a video. You're going to notice your facial expressions, your enthusiasm. And this day and age, and I think we've alluded to it before, that video interviewing is coming into vogue big time. So, be prepared for that. Practice before someone asks you. A hiring manager on a telephone interview may say, let's skip the telephone interview. Let's do a Skype call. Got to be prepared for those. Right now, repetition is the mother of all learning. We've heard that thousands of times. I like repetition is the mother of skill. Same thing. So again, practice, repeat, practice, repeat. Now, here's an example. Our friend Sarah here. Hi, my name is Sarah. It's so nice to meet you. I'm a PR manager with special focus on overseeing successful initiative launches from beginning to end. Along with my 7 years of professional experience, I recently graduated with an MBA from XYZ University, focusing on consumer trust and retention. Blam, bam, bam. That's really cool. I mean, the way Sarah worded that out. Let's take it up a notch, as some famous chef used to say. Let's take it up a notch here. Hi, my name's Sarah. It's nice to meet you. I'm a PR manager specializing in overseeing successful initiative launches from beginning to end. Along with my 7 years professional experience, I recently received an MBA with focus on consumer trust and retention. I find the work your team does to be innovating and refreshing. I'd like the opportunity to put my expertise to work for your organization. Would you mind if we got together a quick call next week to set up a time and just talk a little bit more about what your needs are with your team? Bam, that's it. Okay. Once you get your presentation down and memorized and videotape it, it's just going to roll right off you. Okay. Now, a couple more examples may be helpful here. Here's one from Tom. Hi, I'm Tom Smith. I've spent the last 8 years learning and growing in my role as media planner, where I've developed and optimized strategic media plans for our top client and managed a subset of planners as a team lead. I've been interested in moving to a nonprofit for quite a while, and I love what your company does in education. Would you mind telling me a little bit about your media planning needs and you may have on your team in the near future? Some words to that effect. Simple, to the point, background, gist, close. Okay, let's do one more. Here's one from Anwar. Hello, my name is Anwar. It's a pleasure to meet you. I have a background in business analytics with just over 10 years experience creating data-driven solutions for various business problems. Specifically, I have had great success in the strategic evaluation of data analysis with our executive staff. It sounds like you do similar work. I would like to keep you in touch and learn more about what you do in your organization or your company. Bam, that's it. Okay? Again, these may appear simple to you, and they really are. But once you do that exercise with writing everything down and then forming little sentences and then paragraphs, you'll be able to put this together quite easily. And again, rehearse video. Now, you want to focus on your background and immediate goals. Practice, refine that. Here are a few tips. When you're practicing, here are things you want to keep in mind, please. That is, take your time. This is a quick conversation by nature, but you don't want to speed through it, right? Try to avoid speaking too fast, keeping to around 75, 85 words maximum. And that amount of words really will deliver optimal information for you in a clear, concise way. Okay? Now, be mindful of rushing through it or trying to add too much information. Once you get your script down, stick to it. Don't, and I've made this mistake. I'm making a presentation, all of a sudden I think of something, I want to insert it here. Wrong, George. I really broke the rhythm of what I was trying to do. Okay? Okay. Now, make it conversational. Avoid sounding rehearsed. Hi, my name is George Arms. For the last blah, 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 amount of time, fall asleep. Hi, my name is George Arms. Been a recruiter, technical recruiter for over 33 years, specializing in the STEM field, science, technology, engineering, and math, pretty much all over the globe, and I just go on and on and on, full close in 45 seconds. Sing-song friendly, hit the points. Okay? Make it conversational. Don't sound rehearsed. Now, avoid words and phrases using acronyms, for example, or technical terms or specific industry terms. That the last thing you want to do here, believe me, is to alienate or confuse your hiring manager. Last thing we want to do. So avoid all that stuff. Again, believe me, once you get this down, once you get this down and you start rehearsing and you videotape it, again, nobody's going to see you. It's just gonna roll right off you. You're gonna feel so good about yourself. You really will once you do this. Hey, it's you. It's you. You've earned your right to where you are right now. So hey, be proud of it. Now, express confidence. Even the best pitch in the world can lose its effectiveness if we lack confidence. If we're just, you know what I'm saying here. So keep your chest high, your shoulders back, smile when delivering your EP. You'll be amazed. Again, practice in front of the camera. Now, when you're home or in your home office, whatever, and your situation is a telephone call with a hiring manager or whoever might be of import, as we say, please, by all means, stand up when you make that delivery. Stand up when you get on the phone. Practice. Now, if you think I'm kidding about this, do me a favor. At some point, when you get this down, you get your 45 seconds pitch down, do it sitting down. The next day, do it again. Same script, same everything, standing up. You're going to be amazed at the difference that makes standing up. And you want to put your best foot forward. I say yes, absolutely, by standing, and when the telephone comes up, standing on your own 2 feet. Okay? All right. Now, next up, we're going to advance to your interview, and I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting for that. I know I have. Hope you enjoyed. Tell me about yourself. I sure did. We'll see you on the other side.